If you had a heroes card on your transfer list or in your club or even on your team over the last 24 hours, well, congratulations, because you made profit today. What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Trading to Glory video. My name is Sean, aka Elite, and today we're going to be covering the heroes inflation that we've seen over the last 24 hours, along with ones to watch over the international break, because it's really hard to follow ones to watch cards over the international break, especially right now with all the different continents of qualifiers for World Cup. We got the Nations League going on and just so many other tournaments that you got to keep track of. Well, I put it all into one spreadsheet for you guys that we're going to be going over in this video to make it helpful and easy for you guys to cover all your ones to watch trading over the next week. Now, before we get started, though, I'm going to set the highest like goal that we've ever set in this channel before, all right? And I don't know if we'll hit it, and I'll be pretty happy even if we come close to this, but we're setting the like goal at 1,000 likes. I mean, you've been smashing the like button on the last few videos. I think we've got the momentum going enough to where we can break 4 digits on the likes for the first time. That's what we're going for. So make sure to slap the like button if this video ends up helping you out. Let's hop into it. First of all, the hero cards aren't the only thing that's been inflating. In fact, we've got Hakimi up to 179, maybe about 180K, while last night he was 167, and that was when we ended up getting our Hakimi here for 17,000 coins on a snipe. That was in our last video if you want to see the reaction to that, but we could list it right now for 180 and it would sell, no problem. That would be 10,000 more coins than what we would have gotten if we sold last night. So if I held another night, well, in theory, I'd make another 10,000 coins, and you know what? We're going to try it. I'm not going to sell this card yet, and for most cards that are meta, I'm going to probably say to hold right now, because as we get farther into this week, the hype for playoffs into Champions League or FUT Champions gets a little bit higher, and then on top of that, you've got FUT Champions at the end of the week. So you've got a lot of demand for these high-rated metas, and especially for the metas that are out of packs like Hakimi. So I'm holding on to Hakimi for at least another day or two, and then I'll end up selling him for, 190, maybe 200,000 coins if I'm lucky. And we're already up to over 1.2 million coins now. We've got a bunch of Saul and Locatelli on the transfer list, so we're looking good. But one thing that I did not end up making profit on, and this was for the fact that I went to take a nap last night at 11 p.m., and then I woke up at 2:30 a.m. and I was like, wow, I haven't uploaded the video yet for the day. So I got up and I went to my PC and I uploaded the video that was yesterday's video. And then I didn't go to bed till 7 a.m. and then I didn't wake up till 3. So I missed out on the price range updates entirely. I just completely missed out on all the heroes hype. So hopefully I don't do that anymore. It's a bad habit to take a nap at 11 p.m. Don't know how my sleep schedule got this bad, but here we are. Anyways, guys, as long as the daily videos are continuing to get out, that's what matters. But Joe Cole, this card, I actually saw him at like 465K just like an hour ago. So he's still fluctuating up and down, but if you take a look at what he was on FUTBin, we can see that he was much cheaper than 490,000 coins. So we'll pull up our handy dandy FUTBin here. And here it is. And you can take a look at all the hero cards, and here are a lot of them are in the most popular. Ganoa, unbelievable. I mean, he's up to 1.85 million coins. Now, he was capped at 850K. Now, he was extinct, though, so he technically wasn't even on the market. But once he got his price range updated, he started at 1.4 million. And he's gone from 1.4 million to 1.9 million almost in the course of, okay, so that was 4 hours, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, about 10 hours. In 10 hours, he has gone from 1.4 to 1.9 million coins. Now, that's obviously the highest end card for all the hero cards, but he's not the only one that followed a similar trend. Abedi Pele, let's take a look at him. He's over 1 million coins now. What has he done over the last 10 hours? 950K all the way to 1,025,000. So he's gone up 75,000 coins already. And we're looking at Di Natale. I'm not sure if he was extinct, right? Yeah, he was. He was extinct at like 850K as well. And that's what he was there. And then from 850 to 1.2 million. Unreal. That profit margin is insane, and it's obviously because there's so much hype around these cards right now that the hero cards are brand new. They get the links to the players in each league, which is different from icons, which are more so links to everybody, but mostly country-based links. I really think hero cards are super cool, but looking at the stats of each of these hero cards, it's tough to justify spending that much right now. You've got Joe Cole here for 410k was his lowest point. Now he is 477. We just checked him. He's at 490 now. So he's been fluctuating up and down. I think there's a lot of opportunity for profit on quick flips on these cards, but in terms of investing long term, I'm not going to lie, I'm staying away. I'm not sure if they're going to go up a little bit higher, and it makes sense over the next couple of days for them to do so just by a little bit with all the weekend league hype. But you're looking at cards that have good stats, but they're not going to be stats that last all that long in FIFA. I mean, you look at Joe Cole, compare it to some of the Team of the Year cards that have so much better stats, and you compare it to maybe even some of the promo cards that we'll see on Scream or in any of these Shapeshifter promos, Rule Breakers, whatever we see in the next month. I imagine we'll see kind of some similar stats on a lot of these cards. And they're going to start getting replaced very quickly. I don't know if it's going to be a month from now or 2 months, but it's not going to be more than 3 because that's when Team of the Year comes out. So these cards are going to become more and more irrelevant as the year goes on. But that doesn't mean we can't have fun with them right now. You've got cards that are really good at the point of FIFA we're at. And they have demand, which means that if you find those low points during the day, go ahead and grab a buy. It seems like, as we've seen so far, and it's very early into the trends and early into the research for the trends of the cards, but it seems like early in the morning is the time to buy. Late at night is the time to sell on these cards, which has been what it's been for a lot of different special cards throughout FIFA 22 so far, with informs, with high-rated metas. It's been kind of buy in the morning, sell late at night. Icons, same thing. I sell my icons overnight, and I think icons are probably the most similar cards to compare to these, which would be a good thing to use as a reference. Anyways, guys, we're seeing a lot of movement on those cards. I would just say stay away from a long-term investment. If you're buying them for your team, keep monitoring their price over the next, I'd say, 72 hours. See what times of the day that they are hitting their bottom, see what times of the day they're hitting their top. And I imagine after Weekend League, these are the types of cards that probably are going to take some of the biggest hits in price after Weekend League's over and people are switching up their teams. Now, they could also be some of the same cards that rise the most after division rival rewards and as people get more buying power. So I could definitely see them fluctuate a ton. Let's use these next couple of days to learn their lows and highs in what portion of the day they're hitting those. Anyways, for ones to watch, which is a big topic of today's video, I actually put together something that is going to help us out quite a bit in terms of keeping track of ones to watch cards. And you can see it on this spreadsheet that I created on Google Sheets, which I'll link down below, or you can take a screenshot. I just, just in case you wanted to get a nice picture of me for your screenshot. We've got France, Netherlands, Portugal, Austria, Belgium, Spain, England, Jamaica, Morocco, Denmark, Italy. Those are all the countries, and then you've got each of the players from those countries, and then you've got all their games over the next week, which are all the international break games. On the top, you see all in green are the games that could potentially be used for the team of the week. Now, October 6th, I'm going to put in orange because it might be used because October 6th is Wednesday. But I'm not sure if they're going to use that for next week's or if that's too early. It's definitely too late for the next team of the week, but it might be too early for the next week team of the week, if that makes sense. But October 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th, those are all normal days that we've all seen for Team of the Week cards. And then October 12th is Tuesday, which is debatable on whether EA have the Team of the Week decided by Tuesday or not. Sometimes they might throw in a card that played on Tuesday, like Ronaldo and Andre Silva both play against Luxembourg, and if we've seen the past games from Ronaldo versus Luxembourg, he scores against Luxembourg a lot. So it's very possible he scores a couple goals on that day and ends up getting a Team of the Week worthy card And I would say that given how many games are actually on Tuesday, I think they would use those games. But nonetheless, you've got on October 7th, you've got France playing against Belgium in the UEFA Nations League semifinals. Lukaku obviously playing against France in that same game. And then also in the UEFA Nations League semifinal, you've got Saul playing versus Italy. We'll see if he even plays. And then you've got Locatelli versus Spain. Again, I'm not sure if, I haven't looked into if these guys are going to start or not. We'll see. But that is the nation that they represent and the games that they're playing. Hakimi is playing in the African Nations qualifiers. So that's 2 games versus Guinea-Bissau back-to-back on October 6th and October 9th. And then he has a 3rd game on October 12th versus Guinea, which is a different country, by the way. It's not 3 games versus Guinea-Bissau. And then you got Leon Bailey, who's playing in the North American qualifiers for CONCACAF. He plays against USA and Canada. And then he plays Honduras on October 13th, but that game will not count. That game will not count for Team of the Week. So that game is irrelevant. But it is one of the games over the international break. So I threw it on there. And then obviously if France and Spain, win their games, they'll play on October 10th in the UNL final, which is to be determined based on who wins in the semifinals. Netherlands have a couple of very easy games. They play against Latvia and Gibraltar. 2 games that they should end up scoring, 4 or 5 goals each in. Depends on who plays. You've got Dumfries, Malen, Berghaus, which is how you guys suggested I pronounce it in the last video. Hopefully I got it right now. Let me know if I still got it wrong, Dutch viewers. Berghaus, right? Berghaus. That's how I'm pronouncing it. Depay is kind of their guy. For Netherlands, he's been scoring most of the goals. But if Dumfries ends up getting a goal and assist from, right back, that could definitely shoot him into the running. You've got England, where Jack Grealish is going to be playing against Andorra, which is a pretty easy game for England, in my opinion. And then you've got versus Hungary. It really comes down to what wingers Southgate ends up using for England, whether it's going to be, Saka and Sterling, Grealish, Sterling. Normally it's going to be Sterling and somebody. And then you've got Delaney for Denmark, who plays Moldova and Austria. And then you've got Austria, who plays Faroe Islands, which should be a walkover, and then versus Denmark, which should be a pretty fun game to watch because you've got Delaney and Alaba both part of that game in terms of ones to watch. So these are all the games to keep an eye out for. And when it comes to ones to watch trading, guys, you're always going to want to sell into the hype normally if you're guaranteeing profit. So let's go ahead and take a look at the prices of ones to watch cards in the game, and then we're going to determine, are they good buys right now? Are we going to be able to sell them into the hype for some of their games, or are some of the games going to be completely looked over? Do they have a good chance of getting a Team of the Week card or an upgrade based on these games? And remember, if they win as an international, if they, they beat Faroe Islands, right? If Austria beats Faroe Islands, that doesn't help Alaba's case in terms of the 5 out of 10 next games. That's only for domestic league play. So they got to win 5 of the next 10 in domestic league play. That's the only way to get those upgrades. So let's go ahead and take a look at the prices right now of these ones to watch cards. So right now we've got Ronaldo, obviously 2.88 mil, very expensive, probably out of 99% of the viewers' budgets. Varane, 650,000 coins. That would be an insane upgrade, though, and that card would skyrocket in price with an upgrade. It could get close to $1 million. Achraf Hakimi, for me, is one of the best value cards that we're seeing in the current ones to watch, because if you take a look at his base card, which I know has been out of packs for a few days and might be inflated by a little bit, it's 180k, and the OTW is just 319k. They've got a few easy games for Morocco. I mean, Morocco isn't known to be one of the top countries in the world, but they are good, and they're much better than Guinea-Bissau and Guinea. So they should end up winning 3 games. And Hakimi, being one of their best players, probably is going to be a standout guy, and could get some shouts for a Team of the Week after 3 games. And just one upgrade on this card, and he shoots up to over 500k, no doubt. You've got Antoine Griezmann at 158k. Given how many goals he scores as strikers, guys, you only need to score 1 goal as a striker for that card to skyrocket in price just from the hype. He doesn't even need to get upgrade. So if you're watching the games, and I would suggest if you are going to invest in these cards during the games to have notifications on from different apps, or being watch the game live with not too much delay, so that you get the card quickly, because if you don't get it quickly, it might already be up in price. In terms of investing, though, if you take a look at the cards, like let's look at what would be a good one to use as an example. Maybe Griezmann. We'll take a look at him and see what his price fluctuated over the course of the weekend. So if we take a look at the daily graph, actually this Sunday, Sunday, was that the day that they introduced the new cards? Or daily graphs? Wednesday. Okay, Wednesday. Yeah, so this is one of the new cards. So that's not a good example to use. That's one of the new ones. We got to use one of the cards that have been out. So Daniel Malin, that came out last Friday. Perfect. Okay, so he went up pretty high in price on Friday. That was the first day he was out, though, so it's kind of tough to judge. But if you take a look at him over the weekend, he was up in price towards his game. After his game on Saturday, he dropped in price because he didn't have a standout performance. Dortmund actually lost 1-0 to Gladbach. So Malin wasn't going to get any upgrade. After people realized he wasn't going to get an upgrade, he dropped down in price, okay? And that's the time to buy. You want to buy after their game when they don't perform. 95% of the time, they're not going to have a Team of the Week shout, all right? So 95% of the time, you're going to buy there, and then you're going to hold until his next game. And he's still down pretty far at about 24,000 coins. Once he starts for Netherlands, if he does get a start for Netherlands, then his card will go up in price just because he's starting. I mean, you can sell into the hype there. On top of that, if Dortmund are playing, on a certain day, you want to buy the week before and then just sell before the game starts, especially if it's a big game like Dortmund versus Bayern, or Dortmund versus Wolfsburg, or Dortmund versus Leipzig. Those big games in Bundesliga, they're going to be a little bit more hyped up. There's going to be more people watching it, and there's going to be more people investing in those cards. It's kind of like, the Super Bowl for NFL. If more people are watching that game, more people are also betting on that game. And if more people are betting on that game, that means that there's going to be more fluctuation on these cards. It's literally betting on a player to do well. That's all OTW is on the weekends. So you can make profit off of people just betting on cards. You don't even have to worry about how they perform, right? So that's a big factor in ones to watch trading without even having any risk involved. You can just sell into the hype of their games. So hopefully this video helped you out, guys, and if it did, make sure to slap a like. As I said, guys, we're going for 1,000 likes on this video, and if you made it to the end of the video today, we're going to do another fruit, all right? And the fruit for you to comment down below today to prove that you made it to the end of the video is tangerine. Go ahead and comment tangerine down in the comments below, and I'll make sure to heart everybody who does comment that. Thank you guys again so much for watching. The support has been unbelievable recently, and I will see you guys in a double upload today. So I'll see you later today. Peace out.